So, many claim I am thought, or thoughts are me, or I think, therefore I am, by implication stating that who I am is thought, as thought is who I am. Now, this is in fact so with regards to how we have defined who we are, by, as, and through the thoughts we think. But what is not seen, realized, and understood is that the very thoughts that comes up in your mind actually comes from memories within your quantum physical. To understand what the quantum physical is and how memories form in the physical body that will eventually determine your thinking, we suggest listening to the Parenting, Perfecting the Human Race interview series that is now explaining this process in detail. Thus, thoughts, what you think and how you think, meaning what is the content of the thoughts, what is the general experience within and as them. All of your thinking processes are activated from and of memories in your quantum physical, quantum mind, and unconscious mind, activating from external reality stimuli and then process itself into and as thinking. So, it's not in fact self that is thinking. It's, shall we say, more like memories talking, or memories that echo. This is what thought is, the echo of memories. So, what is self then? I mean, this one can practice and apply for oneself. I mean, after listening to this interview, and one find oneself in the mind within and throughout the day, thinking. More looking at thoughts like, for example, I don't want to do this, or I'm not going to do this now, or man, I don't feel like this day, or this is awful, or this day is awful. I mean, have a look more at sentences as thoughts you speak to yourself in the mind, and then, in that moment, take a breath. In breath and out breath, and decide who I am in the moment. Like if the thought comes up of, man, I don't feel like this day. Immediately in the moment say, no, I do not accept and allow this. I will not accept and allow such a thought coming up in my mind to determine who I am or how I experience myself. I decide to stabilize myself and walk in every moment. I determine who I am, not a thought telling me who I am. In such a moment, you can change yourself or the relationship to you and the day by making a simple decision of who I am in and as self-awareness. Thus, the self is that of you that is aware of the thoughts, that can see them and hear them, feel them, and change you in relationship to them. I mean, such a thought that we walked in the example would be a pattern from memories, like speaking to you in the mind, and you just keep on accepting it and believing it instead of changing you in relationship to and as it. So to understand more about the self, thought, and the mind or consciousness relationship, we suggest investigating Desteni, the Desteni process, where you're shown the difference between self-awareness and consciousness, and how humans are existing in and as thought and in relationship to it without realizing what thought in fact is, what determines your thinking, how thought is created, where it comes from, why you always believe it without ever changing. So this is then coming to the point of why and how stopping thoughts or thinking in a moment shows that self as well as the thought is an illusion, because have a look, you can't stop and change the physical body. It's manifested, real and physical. Yet you can stop and change you in and as a thought. If thoughts can be stopped, it shows illusion, because one moment they're there, and then the next, simply by a decision you make, they stop. And if whereas you believed yourself to be that thought, you just stopped, then you as that thought, as that part of you, you defined in and as the thought. And so that is or was also just an illusion. So join Desteni to understand the process from consciousness to awareness, how to birth life from the physical. become real from and of the illusion of consciousness we've accepted and allowed ourselves to be and become and define ourselves as.